Wait a minute. I thought in this situation, Blaire Fleming would be oppressed and young white women like Brooke Slusser would be the oppressor. I mean, that's what the mainstream media would lead us to believe, right? There's no way Brooke Slusser can be oppressed. She has white privilege. Well, oddly enough, I believe Blaire Fleming has white privilege too. But according to the media, if they actually decided to cover this story, Blaire Fleming automatically qualifies for victim status because Blaire used to be Braden. You know, what is going on right now at San Jose State and young women like Brooke Slusser having the courage to defy university officials and speak out publicly against it? It really shows you how much one person can change things. If it wasn't for Riley Gaines speaking publicly against Leah Thomas 2 or 3 years ago, Brooke Slusser, she would probably be intimidated into silence. But because Riley Gaines had the courage to speak out and the overwhelming support that Riley Gaines received, it lets young women like Brooke Slusser know they are not alone. Unfortunately, though, doing the right thing often comes with consequences, and Brooke Slusser, she is now having to deal with those consequences. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Search Behind the Line here on YouTube, should be the first channel that comes up. Last Thursday, the girls volleyball team from San Jose State, they arrived at Moby Arena in Colorado to compete against Colorado State. When they got there, the young women from San Jose State, they noticed a couple of strange occurrences, things out of the ordinary. Number one, it was strange that they were actually playing because most teams are outright refusing to compete against them because they've got Super Blaire on their team. The second strange occurrence, it was the increased police presence. Now, you're probably thinking, well, KC, I bet the extra cops were there to protect Blaire Fleming from those evil people who have been diagnosed with transphobia. Actually, the added security, they were there to protect Brooke Slusser and her teammates from the angry wanker spankers who had been threatening them on social media. Last Wednesday, one of the young women on the volleyball team, they received a direct message on social media. Now, the message, it was not sent from some horny frat boy looking to seduce her over text. The message wasn't sent from an ex-boyfriend who is now an ex because he constantly left her partially satisfied. The message, it was sent from a complete stranger, and it was a clear warning to Brooke Slusser's teammate. The stranger told her to look out. Look out for what? Look out for the man in the crowd who is aspiring to be a woman. Look out for the birthing person in a tuck-friendly bathing suit who forgot to shave the beard. Look out for the non-binary professor who is looking fresh with a 5 o'clock shadow. What the hell are we looking out for? Another teammate received a warning on social media telling them to keep their distance from Brooke Slusser. Now, you can use your imagination as to why these young women would need to keep their distance from Brooke Slusser. Obviously, these threats are coming from bitter parishioners at Woke United Methodist who are pissed off because Brooke Slusser had the audacity to speak against Blaire Fleming. Throughout the game last Thursday, the young women from San Jose State, they were surrounded by 12 police officers. Clearly, these threats were taken seriously. I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to volleyball, but if I had to guess, normally, there are not 12 people in the stands at most of these games, much less 12 cops. Just think about this. I would imagine that most of these cops were probably being paid overtime, which is fine, that's fine. But taxpayers in Colorado, they are having to pay overtime hours because a young woman said that she was uncomfortable with a biological male on her volleyball team. A young woman said she was uncomfortable living with a biological male who hid their gender identity. That is what people are mad about. That's what anonymous people are upset about? Because Brooke Slusser had the audacity to do the right thing? There are no winners in this situation. The NCAA, officials at San Jose State, they have put Blaire Fleming and these young women in a lose-lose. They are practicing 20 hours a week for no reason because teams are refusing to play against them. Seniors on the team, they are losing their final year of eligibility. San Jose State might have an undefeated record, but a lot of those wins came from forfeited games. Young women are being threatened on social media, and all this is happening because San Jose State wanted to accommodate one player. San Jose State wanted to be inclusive. San Jose State wanted to appease Blaire Fleming. Was it worth it? I know it wasn't worth it for Brooke Slusser. Was it worth it to San Jose State? Was it even worth it to Blaire Fleming? My guess is Blaire Fleming just wants to play volleyball. Kinda hard to do that when you don't have opponents. Doesn't seem worth it to me, but what the hell do I know? I'm old-fashioned. I'm a traditionalist. I still think boys should compete against boys and girls should compete against girls. But what about you? Do you think it was worth it? Brooke Slusser and her teammates, they are being threatened on social media. Blaire Fleming can't play volleyball because other teams refuse to compete. It is a complete mess with a seemingly simple solution. But San Jose State, they seem unwilling to implement that solution. Give me your thoughts on this. Sound off in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the main channel tomorrow.